so that we don't have any captions left so that I can start sharing my screen with you. You should be seeing the Build It All screen right now in front of you. All right, so there's multiple ways that you can create a website. Obviously, you can start with a blank canvas, all right? Or you can start by opening the blank canvas and add panels in. So I'm going to show you two ways today. There's going to be the one that you create from a blank, and then there's going to be one that you created from a current template that we have inside of Build It All, and then just modifying it slightly. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to go to our dashboard, and right here under the apps, oops, let me just go back. We are going to go to the Cheetah website builder. All right. So give it some time to load. And remember, I'm streaming, so it takes a lot of my computer's processing power and to go through all of this. I'm just going to close that area right there. All right, so we are going to go and create a brand new site right here at the top where it says create new site. So we're going to click on create new site. We're not going to use smart templates, professional templates. You can, but remember, I am going to show you how you can create it from blank and then add panels to it. All right, so we're going to click on that. So obviously right here, you can see there's a multiple of different kinds of funnels that you can choose. This is more pertaining to funnels. This is not really if you want to create a website for somebody else. All right. So you need to understand that there's different pages, different templates, and different panels existing inside of Build It All. And the best way is to always go and play around to see what is available so that you have it in the back of your mind, especially if you are going to build a website for other people or whoever it might be. And I just want to make a point, especially newbies listening at the moment. Sometimes people say, I cannot afford Build It All. What do? I can't keep going on and on and on. It is so easy, and I have done it, and many people before me has done it. You've got 15 domains in your account if you've got the premium account. From that 15 domains, you can go and build some sites for family members, because most of us have got family members that are either in their own business, or they are working for somebody, or they want to create their own little website or a family website. And then you can sell to them a website that you've created, use that as a testimony, and then start your own web agency. All right. And then obviously 2 or 3 websites is going to make up for the payment of your account. So be clever about it. Try to minimize your cost right from the start. All right. So that was just a hint or a point that I want to bring across. So I'm not going to go into these funnel pages now. I want you guys to go after this live and go click around and see what all of these different pages look like. There's quite a lot of them. We're just going to click on blank, and then we're going to select, and we're going to click save. All right, so now we've got a blank slate. Now, obviously, guys, because I'm showing you 2 different sites, it's not just going to be 30 minutes because I'm showing you 2, okay? But you are going to get the idea as we go through it. So let's start with this first one. If I click on edit, and that is now probably going to be your home page. And I'm not going to go in completely with all of this. I'm just going to show an example, and then we're going to work off a template, because the whole idea is to create the site as fast as possible. But I have to show you the other options that is also available inside of Build It All. All right. So I'm just going to delete this panel for this example purposes. And we're going to go to add panels. And right here, you're going to see a multiple of different kinds of panels. The first one says first fold. Now, if you wonder what first fold means, it means it's the page that's going to load and what the visitor is going to see first when they get to the website, which is the one above here. This is your first fold, the one at the top, okay? And then you've got business banners. So let's just quickly click on them, each of them, to see what they look like. So you can see that some of these are sales funnels. All right, some of them are opt-in pages, and some of them are pages for local businesses. So if I click on this one for an example, that is going to be what it looks like in your first fold. This is obviously a steakhouse, and you can stretch it a little bit more. This is a stretch house, a steakhouse. All right. And if I click on it again, let's go take a look at what other panels is available. You can also have the banner, business banners, and they look slightly different. It's almost the same kind of thing, but you can see now we've got a contact us now page there. You've got some more interesting pages that you can choose. There's more steakhouse pages. All right. And you know what? What I like about it, if I'm going to click on that, because the theme of this one is steakhouse, I'm going to show you the difference between the two. You can see what it is. And you don't necessarily have to throw this image away. You can use this as a fixed image behind something else. And that is what I'm going to show you just now. I just want you now to understand that there is multiple different kinds of templates that you can use within the panel area right here. And we are going to come back to this area of the panels just now. But I want to show you now the quickest way. All right. So I had to show you the options of all the different panels that you can use. So now let's just go back to Cheetah. I'm just going to delete this one because I do not want to get confused with all these pages that I already have here. And you can see how easy it is to delete a page. So I'm going to close it. And now we're going to get to the fun part here. Let me just make sure that there's not somebody say they can't hear me or something. Okay, doesn't look like that. Oh, Clarabelle, was it? My birthday was Saturday the 23rd. Okay, cool. All right, I'll come back to that. I have to love the octopus logo cursor. Yes, I love it too, hey? It's just standing out, and it's so cool for Build It All's training. Anyways, let's get going. Right here at the top of the dashboard, you're going to see a little rocket, all right? That rocket means that's a place to start. And the very first one that we see here is create a web page. And we're going to put the octopus in there and we're going to click start. And we're going to click start again. And now here is multiple pages that you can choose from. Now, guys, I know some of them doesn't make sense. And I'm going to tell you now for an example. This one says hair removal, but the website is weightlifting. Okay. This one says healthy food. Something has gone wrong here. We're going to fix that. So please look past that. Just choose the template and it will be the template as you see in the image. Don't read the text. Okay. So you can see we've got more websites available to us right here by just clicking on it in almost every different kinds of niche that you can find. You're going to just keep on clicking and clicking and clicking, and they're all beautiful, beautifully designed. So I'm just going to grab this bride one. I'm just going to click on choose. All right. So we're going to choose this one. You can choose another if you've made a mistake. And I'm not going to wait for it to load. I'm just going to click text next. Now, here you can enter your site name, your website details, and I'm going to just put in a lot of nonsense here so that you can get the idea. And then once we are in the website, I'm going to show you how to manipulate it. So the site's name could be Bridal Fair. Let's say that's the site's name. All right. Most important message, become the, I don't know, most beautiful bride ever. Okay, I don't know what to write. I'm just typing in something. From ugly duckling to princess. I know it's funny. Let's just grab existing text just so that we can get through this so that you can get an idea. Maybe this first service could be something like a consultation. The next service could be wedding dress fitting. The other one could be event consultation. You get my drift here. And then you just need to have a description for each. I'm just going to grab some text here because I haven't planned this. Remember, I don't plan things. If this was planned, I would have the text ready. All right, so then we're just going to grab some text there again so that we have something there. And I'm just going to grab any email and click next. You don't have to fill in those tags, by the way, guys. You don't have to. I just want us to get to the site so that we can get an idea of what we are going to do. All right. So you can go to the website to go see it online, but I just want to click on edit the website. Okay. So now the site has been created and we are ready to get going. This is the home page. So let's go click on the home page and see what it looks like. Now, obviously, the text that might be there is text that you might not like. So it is so easy to change these texts. So let's just wait for it to load. And I'm just going to close it. So you can already see the text being added. I don't like it, the fact that it's over this area here. I don't like the button, but we are going to change that. You're going to scroll down. You can see here is the information about the company. We can fix that. The area of different services that you can have with the boxes already being in place and a little contact page. All right. Now I want to show you how easy it is to replace these things with the stuff that you like. Okay. So let's say I don't like this text. I'm going to remove that text. I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to remove the button because I want to use my own. And I don't necessarily, we're going to look at the top here later on. I'm just going to look at the basics of what this look like and the color scheme that I can work with. We can see there's a dirty pinkish kind of thing. And remember, when you create your call to action buttons, it normally needs to be something, I almost just want to say clash, but it needs to be something that's going to pull the attention. But we're going to look at that just now. And then we've got about here. So this is fine. Obviously, this text here is a little bit too much. So I'm just going to click on it, click on the text editor. And I'm just going to remove some of the text because I don't have any text now. So you're going to write your story. And if your story is a little bit longer, you just need to stretch the box to make it fit in and then stretch your image to make that fit in. So you guys can see what I mean right here. All right. And then you're going to put in more information. So let's say I can maybe delete that. And I'm going to click. Because I'm a perfectionist, you guys, I like to justify my text. All right. And I'm just going to duplicate this by copy and enter. So that I'm enter and paste it and click save. So you guys can see what I have done there. You can stretch it a little bit further. So already this panel looks already a lot different from what it looked like when we initially started with this page. All right, you can already start seeing that this is something. All right, you don't have to have it there. You can even change this and put it to the top and move this up slightly and even create that a little bit smaller. So that means that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All right. That is especially if you've got no experience. All right. So there we've got that slide there. And it's about me. Area of service looks fine. You just need to, we're not going to talk about changing the content. That's not the idea. We're not changing content now. We are creating the design and you can add the content later. All right. Because obviously, Builderall cannot create the content for each and every single page. It just doesn't work. So I want to give you a tip. When it comes to area of service, for an example, you can see this. You can click on that to separate it in between these two lines that you find on the side, all right? It will it. But I love to put it right there and pull it like this. This is just the way I do it because it just makes more sense for me. Now, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about design rules, for an example, when you design a website inside of Builderall, the rule is you first create the panels, then the boxes, then the content inside of the boxes. The reason being is when you are going to go to the mobile area later to optimize, it's going to make life so much easier for you. You can also see that content is being added in panels, all right? Not all in one panel. Because if you are going to add everything into one panel, you're going to create a nightmare for yourself, especially when you are going to go to the mobile area. All right. So we've got our area of service. You might not like the font. Maybe you want the font a little bit bigger. That's easy to do. You just click on it, click on the text editor, highlight it, and then you can increase the font. Let's say we wanted to 50 for an example and save. You guys can see the freedom is there to change existing content. But just remember, if you change the font size here, make sure that you change it there too. You want the site to have continuity. You can't have one place a subheading being 50 and another place it's 20 and then your color is green and then it's orange. You need to keep within the design spec of the site. All right. So here we can see now we've got this one. I don't like this necessary. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click and I'm going to delete that contact area because I would rather use some of the panels that we have right in here. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to the panel area. We're going to look for the contacts. And that's if you don't want to design your own. And you're going to see some examples that are sitting right here that you can use. All right. You can choose which one is going to fit you better. So if I look at these, especially for a bridal contact me page, I am probably going to have something like this with a Google Maps thing, because people are going to have to visit this client, right? And which one would you be able to work with that looks the best? So I don't like that so much. I probably will go with this one. So I'm just going to click on that, and you can see that the panel has been added. So when I scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see it sits right here. Now you're going to see what's happening here. We need to move this bar because it's now on top of this. We need to be at the bottom. Now, I'm not going to go into creating global headers and footers today, because you can do it like that, or you can do it just plain normally and add a menu and a footer in the existing page. But the problem is, if you don't have a global header and footer and you need to make changes to it, you're going to have to do it with each and every single page. All right. But for this example, we're not going to go that way. So let me right click on the panel right here, and we are going to scroll down. It says move panels. Can you guys see that the one is highlighted? This is one that needs to be moved, and then we've got the whiteness underneath it. We just need to drag and drop and click move. So what basically has happened now is that it's jumped to the bottom. All right, can you see it right there? So I'm just going to remove the text, because we don't want to make use of the text at this stage. So now you can see we've got the contact us, area of service, and about us. Now, I just want to quickly talk about something. If I go to the Cheetah area here, if you are creating a website, a simple website for a customer out there that you're not going to charge an arm and a leg, you are not going to create an About Me page that's separate, a contact page that's separate, a services page that's separate, because that's going to take more effort on your part. You can if you want to. All right, you can if you want to. But if it's a simple website that your client wants, what we are doing right now, you just need one page where all the action is going to take place, because you can create anchors for the things to jump. And that's what I'm going to show you today. All right. All right, so we're going to just go through it. It's a basic site. We are going to have our newsletter opt-in right here. We're going to have about the main services that we offer. We've got the area of service, and we've got a contact. I think that is enough. Now we just need to add some detail to it and some more design to it. All right. So the very first thing is, I can see that there is icons here that is pinkish. Now I make use of a thing called Color Picker, eyedropper. All right. So you can see as I move around, it picks up the color. So I'm going to click on the color. I'm going to copy that color. I'm going to close it. I'm going to scroll to the top. Right here at the top, I'm going to right click. All right. Scroll up to the background settings, and you see it's currently black. We're going to click, drop in the hex code, and there we go. And now we just click to save, and you can see what we have done here. We have already changed the look of it by just changing the top banner. All right. So for this logo, I'm just going to delete that, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do there just now. Now we're going to scroll down to the bottom, because we need to do the same with the footer. Because remember what I said, it's all about continuity. We right click on the panel. It's opening up the mini toolbar. We're going to go to the background settings, and we're changing that. All right. So there you can see we've got that, and we have got that area. So I see that Clarabelle says you haven't been able to find that color picker. The color picker is in the Google Chrome extensions. And if we go to color picker, let's type in color picker, Chrome. And we're going to go color picker for Chrome. I'm just going to click on that. And that's not the right one. So let's go back. Eyedropper, maybe that's the one. And yes, there we go. Do you see Clarabelle? It's called Color Pick Eyedropper. All right, just go to the Chrome Google extension, and you're going to find that there. All right, so let's get going with this. We've got that now. We've got some plain. And now you know what? We've got this pinkish kind of thing, and we can start making things more advanced. And we are going to maybe take this product and service thing away, because that's not really what that is about. But we are going to have that. And I think let me just discard that for a second. Let me just see what was the size that oh my goodness, I've just messed it up there. Undelete. I think I've deleted, or I've hidden it now. Let me just see if I hidden it. No, I haven't. I've deleted it. No, there it is. All right. Sorry, guys. I've just misplaced it for a second. All right. So, oh, and then I put it there again. I'm sorry. Now you guys can see what happens sometimes, right? If you layer it, I've just layered it. So I want to go to the large editor and I see I made it 50. All right. And basically what I want to do is I want to go and change this service word. I'm going to make it a little bit bolder. And then I'm going to go and change the color and drop that color that we've chosen right there. And I'm going to click save so that it looks different. All right. So you guys can see what I'm saying here. The same here. So I'm going to click on that, click on the editor. And I think I made this. This was 50. So we change that to 50 right there. I'm taking that away because we are not looking at that. And this is Montserrat neutral. So we want to actually have the same thing about us. And I'm just going to do that. Now, you need to play around, guys. That is basically what I'm trying to show you. All right. Okay, and save. So you guys can see it's already starting to look a little bit different. All right. Just remember the same font across all your pages. The same font everywhere. Don't mess around for more than 2 fonts or even fonts that you import because it can slow your site down. All right, so about us, area of service, the contact area. So why am I deleting this contact us? Because it's a different panel and it's not using the same font. So I'd rather go to the one that I've just used, copy that by clicking on this little icon right there. And let's just wait for it. It's basically cloning it. Take the clone down and just put that like back into space. And then all we need to do is click on the edit again. And we're going to write there, contact us. And remember, guys, the idea is you have to plan out the content of your site. I am just using the content that we have for this example. And obviously, that was not bold. We need to make sure that it's bold. Okay, so we can see what we have got there. All right, now you can see we are starting to get an idea of what this site looks like. But there's something here that bothers me, and it's the fact that all of it is white. I would like to have at least this middle panel to be different. I know it's gray, but what can you do? So I'm just going to click on Save because that's very important. And now I'm going to go back to Build It All, and I am going to go to the design resource. All right, I just want to close that page. And I just closed the wrong one, did I? Let's see what comes up. And this is a place a lot of people is not even going to. If you do not have an account with Canva to be able to create more different panels, then you can make use of the design resource that we have right here in Build It All. So let's just give it some time. While it still loads, let's go back to our site. All right, so we've got that now. We need to put some text here, content here. So we are going to go again to the right-hand side, and let's go to the panels again. And it's just the only reason why I'm doing it this way, guys, is because I want to find the quickest way. So I'm going to click on the first fold again. And what I'm looking for now is text that is already in the color that I want to add. So it could be white or black. In this case, black is not going to work for me. White on white is probably also not going to work, but let's just go with the flow. So I'm just going to grab, let me think, let me just go with this one. So what I've done is I am adding that panel, and now I'm going to go grab the information of that panel right here. So you can see here is it, all of it. All right. It's already in a box. So I'm just going to pull this up slightly so that I can have the content together. All right. And that's the magic of a box. If you don't have a box's content inside of a box, you can't move it like what I'm doing now. Then you had to move one by one, because if I put it outside there, look what happens. Let me just take it outside of the box. Can you see it's not going to come with? It needs to be inside of the box so that you can move it all together. All right. So let's just move it up to the top. And I'm going to move down again because I need to delete this panel. So I'm going to click on the panel, click on delete, and yes, it's been deleted. All right. So now we're going to are at the top again, and we need to make it stand out. All right, so I think I'm just going to go it like maybe there because I don't want it to be over her face. You can put it up further and you can change the panel. If you want to change the panel, you can right click and you can go play around with where the panel is situated. So let me show you what it looks like. Let me just go back so everyone can see. So let's close it. You're going to click on the panel, right click, and then you're going to scroll down to the background settings. And right here, this is the origin. You can see if you click around these areas, sometimes it will change depending on the size of your background image. So you can see what happens there. It pushed it to that side. Now it's pushed it a little bit further. All right. If I do that, it pushes to the front, maybe a little bit to the left. And you guys can basically see what's happening here. All right. So I'd rather keep it where it was. I kind of like it there. And you will see if you start clicking around here, you can also modify it slightly depending on what you want to do. All right. So let's just keep it like that. I just showed you that, how it works. Now you need to write your amazing titles or whatever. So I'm just going to pull that up slightly so that we have got something. And obviously you don't have to have all of them. Remember, you don't need to have all of it. It's totally up to you. I actually think it would be great if I have it there because under normal circumstances, I'm not crazy about this image right here or the dress image being in the middle. I would choose to rather have this bride sitting right there so that we can make this stand out a little bit more. And obviously we are using the same pink. So if we go to the button and we right click for the button, I'm just going to pull it up so you guys can see. And I go to the general colors. We need to change the color right there. And that's not the color that I want, or it is. Yes, it is. And I'm not going to have a hover effect at this stage because the hover effect is more for more advanced. And then you can change the button. So you can say, contact us now. Let me just take the hover away. Scroll to the headline. And it depends if you want them to subscribe to a newsletter. So let's say rather subscribe to a newsletter. Something like that. So you can see already what is happening right here. You've got your button, you've got your amazing title. This probably needs to have a different color because this is just not going to flow. So I'm going to highlight all of that. So this is not a design training that I'm giving you. What I'm giving you is basically to see how quickly it is to change an existing template. All right. So I'm going to click save. So now you can start seeing it's getting more of a look and feel to it. Obviously, you're going to have to play around with it until you have found the right information. So let me just delete that white there. And you can even have your button on that side, but you need to decide where you want your button and where you want your text. All right. So I wonder if okay, well, this is not a real site, so let's just go with the flow. So now we've got that. We're going to scroll down. That is fine. That is fine. And that is fine. All right. So now for a newsletter, you obviously need to go and create a list in Mailing Boss. Okay. I'm not going to give you the training today on how to create a list in Mailing Boss, but I might as well, you know what? Let me show you that. So let's click on save. All right, because we have to do this anyways. So I'm going to show you how to do the Mailing Boss thing today because we are not running out of time. So let's go to the design resource that we waited for to download. And this is where you can get additional things that you can add to your site. It's really, really cool. You can have additional buttons, some elements, badges if you want, backgrounds, again, color me background. So let's go take a look at what's available. So if I click on see more, and right here, we're going to scroll down and you can see here's a bride type of thing, but I'm not crazy about the bluish background there. There is a bride again kind of thing. All right. So you might say that this is not the color scheme that you are looking for. So let's just go through it. I'm just giving you all the different kinds of options, guys. Let's go look at the backgrounds that's available here. All right. Let me see if there's anything bridal here. Just bear with me. Yes. Yeah, we got something. All right. This is something we can work with. This is definitely something we can work with. So we want to have this pack. All right. So how do you get this pack? You need to go and download this pack. It's going to go to your Google Drive or wherever, and you can see there's brides. So I'm going to double click on the brides. And there is all the brides information. You can see there's one, there's colors. It depends what you want to use. And we might even change our color scheme now. So let's just go and we're going to right click and we are going to download. And we're going to download. And we're going to download. And let's maybe even download that one, because we might just change our minds. All right, so let's just close the design resource and close that. 2 seconds. I just want to close this curtain. Sorry, guys, I can't see because the sun is on my screen. All right. So now we've done that. Yes, and Clarabelle, you can save the color to save time as well. I will show you guys how to do that. So now we've downloaded them. Now we might be changing this color, right? Because it depends on what we want to do. But I don't like the background of this area. So I can right click on it and I can go change the background there. Or I can make use of the page background. This is something that I use often because you can make certain areas transparent. So I'm going to click on select. Just going to go to my downloads. Oh, and I haven't downloaded it, everything. I don't know why I haven't. So we can always go back. All right. So let's see what this one is going to look like. And let's say I'm going to choose that as the background. All right. So now you wonder, where did it go to? So maybe we're going to right click on this panel, go to the background settings, and we are going to make it invisible there. So you guys can see what has happened here. You are making it transparent. All right. Can you see the difference of what's already happening on this page? And Clarabelle was talking about saving the color. You can add your color right here and click on the plus sign, and you can reuse the color over and over and over. All right. So I kind of like this idea, because you can see what happens here is if you scroll, you can see the bride in the background. All right. So that is a very nice feature to have. You just need to remember that all your images need to reflect the same type of color, which this is probably fine. If you go that route, you can change this to, and that maybe to this little orange, because that is kind of nice as well. So you just need to choose. So let's just take it a little bit further, a notch higher. Maybe we would like to have a testimonial page, because it's very important. So we're going to go to panels again. I'm going to scroll down. No, not on the first fold. Sorry. We're going to go to the testimonials area, because you can get features. If you go to features, it's like the pricing pages, like the area of services that you're going to get under features. So you guys can see there's a lot that you can choose from, but the specific one we are looking for is going to be a testimonial. So let's just scroll down, testimonials. So here we've got all the different kinds of testimonials that you can add, a look and feel to it. Now, there's much more than you can do. So we just click on the specific one at the bottom. So it's going to add this testimonial now. And it says panel has been created. All right. So if we scroll down, you're going to see it sits right here. And that's not where we want it. So let's just move it one up. All right. So we're going to right click again. And this time, click on Move Panels. You're going to see there is the one and there is this pink one. So we're just going to move it above the pink one. Oops, not there. And we're going to click Move. All right. So now we've gone that so far. Cool. All right. So there we go. So we've got it above it, but I think we need to have it above the contact page. So right click again, and we're just going to move it up one more, just so that we know it is one area higher. All right. So now we got that. Let's just quickly go and change this button too. I've actually forgotten to save it the color. Copy. Sorry. So I'm going to right click on the contact form again, looking for the background. It's always about the background colors, general settings. And that's where you need to add the plus if you want to. Oh, let me just go back. I'm so fast. And we're going to click, and you can see there it sits. All right. So you can see how we change. The border also needs to be changed. Click on the border, obviously. All right. So there we go. Now you can see we're starting to get an idea of what we are doing here. All right. So here again, we can change the background to fit the rest of the site. You can even go and add other backgrounds inside of this area. You don't necessarily have to make all of them the way I'm doing right now, but it is just to give you an idea. You can add something else here. I just like the parallax effect that it gives us. All right. So you can start seeing what it looks like. All right. I just want to create this page and make it to white because I do not like the gray. All right. So now you guys can see we're already starting to have a website that looks very cool, especially if you are a beginner, right? Okay, cool. So how do we create, if this is a one-page website and we don't need a global header and footer, what are we going to do? All right. So for a logo, obviously you can add a logo. I'm just going to delete that for now. And I don't have a specific logo created because I didn't know what this would be about. But what I do want to do is now is to go and create the menu of the site. So we're going to go to the elements. We're going to go to the e-learning. Oh, not the e-learning. E-learning is on my mind. Yeah, email marketing form. No, not the email marketing form. Sorry, we're going to do that just now. We want the menu. Oh my goodness, Jackie. All right, so here we can see there's different kinds of menus, and I'm just going to grab this plain one right here. All right, and I'm just going to have it right there. And the very first thing I want to do is to configure it. So I just want to edit and remove these sub-services for now, because we are not going to do sub-services and projects and all those kind of stuff. We just want the basics. All right. So we want a homepage. We've got about, we've got services and testimonials and a contact us. All right. So let's go change the project by clicking on configuration. We're going to click on edit. And right here, we write testimonials. And you can add icons. I'm not going to go into detail as to each and every single area. If you guys are looking for in-depth training with regards to this, you need to make sure to Cheetah. You need to go to university.builderall.com. I've gone through each and every single element, and I showed you exactly what you can do with that element. And it includes this ones, these type. I mean, for an example, all of these, you don't necessarily have to have it. It could be, you could remove the background of all of these buttons. All right. But for this today, I want to show you how quickly it is to create it, basically. All right, so right here, we've got the general settings. You can align it, all those different kinds of things, general colors and all those different things, as you can see. We've got the items, the spacing between the items. I'm just going to increase it slightly so that it's across the top. All right, so that is basically how easy that is. Now, how do we link this to the rest of the pages? That is the one in question. We actually can add another one because remember, we have got the newsletter as well. So if people have skipped it and missed it there, you need to give them another opportunity. So we're going to click on add and we're going to type news, subscribe, newsletter. All right, so let's just click save and save. Okay, now it's a little bit too long. So we're going to right click on it and we're just going to bring the spacing in so that it fits again. All right. Very simple, plain and simple site that we've created. Now we need to link it. All right, we're going to go down to the bottom of the panel. Now this is your contact. I'm going to right click on it. Okay. And then I'm going to look for, just a second. We're looking for the anchor, the background settings. I'm just looking for it quickly. Panel, move panel, anchor. There we go. Going to go to the anchor. We're going to click active. I'm going to type in contact. All right. So that's the first one. Then we're going to go next one. Right click, anchor, active, testimonial. All right. Let's go up. Services, right click, active, services. That one has already been created for us. Next one, right click, anchor, about. That has also already been created for us because we used a template. All right, so we've got all of that except this one, which I'm going to show you how we do that. So we're going to go and click on the configuration again. So for the about, we're going to link by clicking on that link, and we're going to go to the anchor. And oh, we didn't do the about, did we? No, we didn't. Sorry. This is the about. Did we choose an about? Anchor about. Yeah, it is an about. Let me just type it in again in a capital letter because that's just the way I operate. So let's go back and click on the link and anchor. And there is our about and select. And then you go to services link. You're going to go to the anchor. You're going to click on services and select. You're going to go to testimonials. You're going to go to anchor, testimonials, select. Contact is the same thing. Oops. Contact. Go to anchor, contact, select. The last one is subscribe to newsletter, which we're not going to do because I'm going to show you now what we're going to do with that. All right. So that is all been saved. They are now connected. I'm going to show you just now how that works. So we're going to click on save. All right. Now we're going to jump quickly to Mailing Boss 5.0 because soon it will be released. So I'm just going to show you quickly. There is training with regards to this on how to create a list inside of Mailing Boss. And I think it's going to take too long to do that right now. So I'm just going to use an existing one. If you guys need to know how to create a list in Mailing Boss, I'm going to show you where to go just now. So for the next step is to go and create a pop-up. So right here on your page that you've just created, Bridal Fair, you're going to click on pop-up. All right. We're going to create a new pop-up, and we are clicking on the green arrow, and we are going to call this newsletter. And we're going to say yes. All right. So here we go. Now we're going to click on edit. All right. Somebody's saying the screen isn't clear enough. I don't know what you are seeing, but I can see it quite clear. All right. So now we are going to create a panel, just a blank panel. Or we can even make it easier by just go and let's go to a opt-in banner. Let's see where is there a nice email opt-in that we can use. So let's just click on that one. That's going to be easier for us. I'm just going to delete the existing one at the top. And all we need to do is really modify the one that we have got right here. So let's just go and right click on this and change the background settings. Remember, we have uploaded some images. You can go and change that. So we've already used that. Let me go and grab that specific one for the opt-in. All right. And we're going to click and save. All right. Cool. Now you guys can see what is happening here. We don't need this button right here because remember, we are trying to find ways to make things easier for you so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel each and every single time. All right. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete these content boxes here that we don't need. All right. Just by clicking on it. And guys, if you need to, this has been recorded. And remember, I know this is going a little bit fast, but the whole idea is for you guys to see that it's possible for you to be able to create content fast, or you don't have to reinvent it, basically. That's what I'm saying here. So this is our little opt-in box, and we can just change the text by clicking on it and then change it at the top. Subscribe to newsletter. And obviously, you have to remember that there's rules for all of these type of things. There's rules for your opt-in box, what you need to have on your opt-in box, all those different kinds of things. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go into every single one of them, but I want you to get excited with what you are seeing right here. You can see how quickly it is to start and create something that is nice, and you don't need to reinvent the wheel by going and create brand new designs. If you guys can see what I'm saying right here. So you can see there's already starting to become something. So after you've done that, obviously you need to link your box, but we are not doing that training now. We're going to click save. And that's fine. All right. So all of that is hunky-dory. We are now going to go back to our home page, and I'm just going to save and exit. All right. And then we are here. So now we need to link these two buttons to the newsletter. We're going to click on this one first. We're going to click on the link. And then we're going to go to pop-up. And we're going to choose the newsletter. And we're going to click select. Which means is the person that's going to come to the site, when they click that, they will see the pop-up. We're going to do the same there. Go click on the configuration. All right. We are going to go to the pop-up. All right. By clicking on the link. Choose the pop-up, choose the newsletter, and select and save. So now you guys can see that is all of that has been connected, correct? We're going to click save. All right. So that's fine. Okay. So now we've added this and close. But that does not mean the pop-up is going to happen. There's one more step that you need to do. On your main page, right here is 3 little dots. Now, if you've got multiple pages and that pop-up needs to be on multiple pages, you're going to have to go to each and every one of the settings. So we're going to click on settings. And we're going to scroll down. And it says there, what's the pop-up? Newsletter. And do you want that to appear on mobile too? You can say yes or no. I prefer not to have really a pop-up there, but we are going to need it in this case. So we got it as time-based. I want it as an exit pop-up. If people are going to come to the site, they can either choose to click on it or an exit. So obviously when they click on it, they will see it, but we also want it to be a pop-up. I'm just going to say no pop-up selected there because I want them to be able to click on it, get the pop-up, and when they exit the site, they're also going to be prompted to subscribe. So it's 2 options in one. So we're going to click save. I hope I was clear enough there. All right, so now that has been done, all you need to do is to republish. So let me check quickly for questions before I show you the live versions. What have we got here? Let me scroll back a little bit. I don't see real questions. Cheetah Builder on the screen isn't clear enough. I don't know what you mean by it wasn't clear enough because I see it quite clearly here. If we are beginners, this may be a little bit overwhelming. That is the beauty of the type of training. We can come back to the replay and go through it step by step at our own pace. That is correct. Exciting to see the possibilities with a builder in the hands of a creator. It is also inspirational to know the difference between you, the experience, and us, the newbie. Exactly. And the thing is, you know, guys, I click around quite fast and click here, and I know it sounds confusing. But the whole idea today is that I want you guys to see is that you don't need to be a professional web designer to create something beautiful, all right? You can create a simple website for a friend or a family member so that they have got something and that they can pay you a monthly fee so that you got your Builderall account covered. That is what I want. I want you guys to be in the position where you do not stress about your account that needs to be paid every month so that you can relax and be in the place where you can focus on building your business online. And that is what I'm giving you the opportunity right here to be able to create something that you can come back to and have your account paid for. So that is why I am doing this. Later on, you're going to learn how to do designs and all those specific things with regards to creating your own beautiful pages. All right. And that is very, very important to remember. So let's go take a look at what the site looks like if we go to the live version. And at the end, I'm going to tell you a secret that that only you guys that are watching right now is going to know. I'm not supposed to put the cat out of the bag, but I'm going to let you know what I'm busy creating at the moment. All right, so let's give it some time to go. There we go. So there is our live website. You guys can already see it looks quite nice. Obviously, you just have to have your text in the right place. I still don't like it here, but that's fine. You can move along and play with it and move your images. And then about us page, area of service, what our clients are saying, and our contact page. And obviously for the footer, I'm going to show you what we can do with the footer just now. So let's say that person are interested in testimonials. They're going to click and it jumps to this area. Did you see how this works? And I love this idea because the site do not need to load again. It's always about how fast a site can load. Otherwise, you're going to lose people. So did you see what happened now? It's because I was trying to exit the page. That's why that happens. So if you click on Contact Us, it jumps at the bottom. If you are going to click on About, it's go to the About area. So you can see how the power of that. Let's click on Subscribe to Newsletter. It pops up and the person can fill in their details. So this is easy. We've done it in an hour. And I literally was speaking about other things and I showed you other stuff and I answered some questions in between. And you guys can see how easy it is to create something functional in a short time. Obviously, you need to add some content to it, but I'm sure you guys are getting the idea of this. So with regards to the footer, you can, because I actually forgot about the footer part, if you want to add a nice footer, you can just click again on the right-hand side, alrighty, and go to the panel area, and there is footers that you can choose from. So you're just going to scroll down to footer, and you will see there's different types that you can choose from. So I can maybe add that specific one at the bottom, just to make it a little bit more nicer, to put it that way. So I'm just going to delete that one there, and I'm just going to stretch this slightly, and we're going to move this opt-in box right there. We're going to move the contact box there. We're going to move this politics there, and you can see all of that. All right. So that is basically how you would change all of that. Sorry, I just want to close that. All right. So there we go. And there we go. Sorry. All right. So then we're going to delete this on the side. And click yes, delete. Give it some time. And let me just keep closing that message. All right. So here now you just need to obviously change your button again here by right-clicking on it. And go to the general colors and change it. I think we did change it like that. Background color. We can leave on white. Actually, the background color, we should have left on white. Hold on. No, we have to go have it on white. The border needs to be, border shape is fine. Border color is going to be white. All right. And somebody is really looking for me there. All right. Let me just move that up slightly. And there you see, we've got it. There is our site. We're going to click save and we are done. Obviously, you need to make sure that you've connected your mailing boss as well. All right. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this quick tutorial that I've gone for you today.